say the only constant is the change that we create. Through the storms and through the struggles, we learn to navigate. With every bend and turn we take, there's wisdom waiting there to shape our souls and guide our hearts if we are brave to care. We must often change to find where we belong. In the tapestry of life, every thread sings its song. With gravity to ground us and generosity to share, we'll rise on wings of kindness, lifting others in our care. We change us to find where we belong. In the tapestry of life, every thread sings its song. With gravity to ground us and generosity to share, we'll rise on wings of kindness, lifting others in our care. Every lesson teaches us the strength of being true. In a world that spins so fast, let sincerity break through. In the laughter and the tears, we cultivate our grace, embracing every heartbeat, finding beauty in the space. We must often change to find where we belong. In the tapestry of life, every thread sings its song. With gravity to ground us and generosity to share, we'll rise on wings of kindness, lifting others in our care. And we change us to find where we belong. In the tapestry of life, every thread sings its song. With gravity to ground us and generosity to share, we'll rise on wings of kindness, lifting others in our care. Through the trials, through the fears, we'll grow beyond the pain. In the garden of compassion, love is what remains. Earnest hearts will guide us, lighting up the way. With hands held high together, we'll turn the night to day. We must often change to find where we belong. In the tapestry of life, every thread sings its song. With gravity to ground us and generosity to share, we'll rise on wings of kindness, lifting others in our care. So dance beneath the starlight, let your spirit soar. For every step we take, we'll open up new doors. In the journey of existence, let your heart be your guide. For in the constant
Alright, hello everyone. Hopefully I'm audible this time. My audio's not been hijacked by Google. Anyways, welcome everybody. We will be talking a little bit about that file I just shared with you guys. Pretty interesting, based on really what you could say the AI gives us. As you know, AI is getting clever. So before that, as always, thank you everyone who is joined us for a basically your amazing new way of communicating, especially lots of you that discovering the Meet No Limit email site and how good that really is becoming useful for lots of people around the world. We are glad, guys, doing some tune-ups, but servers back up and running, been pretty while, and plenty of the public utilizing it. What we see the data coming in is very interesting, and of course this evening's streams based on the questions I got, and I did a little bit digging, and I also put together a little document that just give all of us a little bit physical, meaningful, and a close relationship to do with just some part of the email authentication, and email itself on a structural manner in the background. especially all the technical stuff that relating to it and the costs relating to those technical elements alone, pretty kind of, you could say, low estimate ways of estimating them, as we know some of them be really is not that prices you can't get. The fact is, the good people you can't get in that price is just really top of the iceberg. We'll dig into that a little bit further, of course, and also as always, we will be jumping in back to the public square room and talk even further about the really subject matter. If you guys have any more questions, we can do it over that side. But I don't want to hold you all night long, because literally every single topic matter could be a video and several videos, as you all know. When it comes to the what's going on in the world, the internet of right now, very interesting development going on. Obviously, everything is pushing forward towards, you could say, almost total internet automation, but still not there, guys. We still need to have human beings doing stuff. So people that really scared of AI is gonna take their jobs out, they should read one article I published. About 50 jobs will go. If you're one of them, you just immediately leave and jump on another one or train for the other one, so you never struggle. But really, AI itself is not going to make a, you could say, big majority of the world wealthy, and then the rest of the world poor, which is a lot of people making it up, and that itself could be another element of really when it comes to the tying the email authentication and everything related to email authentication. Obviously, we know what is really needed to be done, and we done it over and over. When it comes to the based on the domain getting different seal of approval, be able to communicate with the rest of the world. That's all fall down to really good, high caliber reputation. And on the file, you guys can look into it. Just even every element of, you could say, a related topic base. In a back end infrastructure cost, majority is very high in the world, and last few years we ourselves been chipping that, try to keep it down, and I think we have achieved that in many ways, because infrastructure price didn't increase. So even the other tech side of it, prices increases. In our case, is freezing, which is very interesting when you look comparison the cost price for build, cost price per person that is really need to be involved physically to see, is pretty, you could say, get hefty, especially if you are a, let's say, small company with a team, have a small development team. But most company in the world, they don't have this, and is especially lots of solopreneur, including myself. When we start, you don't have a backbone of to start something, and always crumbles, and we've seen that over and over. And when it comes to the really domains, it's very similar. If it really doesn't have a good backbone, end up not working well. And that backbone, obviously, when it comes to the really authentication, so many things have to be in place. Obviously, SPF, DKIM, DMARC does a good job, but there are more. Really, there are more. Just, like in the surface matter, they are just, you could say, first three pillars of just starting off the internet language of authentication, what's real, what's fake. It's three different signature to prove that is true, essentially. But there are more, obviously, based on the interaction, based on the current history, past history of that specific entity, including individual foot track on the internet and so on and so forth. So it's all links to the main, you could say, main point to the person or to the business. Essentially, when you look at it, really is all falls down to that business structure. Obviously, if business has a good quality management previously, there's no reason why that person will lose trust. especially now with lots of, you could say, AI injections of stuff going on. But it's all fall down to really the realistic data. Realistic data is what's everybody's want, and infrastructure wise need to be there, and otherwise becomes a problematic. So when we look really analyzing some of this, you could say on the surface, um, the general fees, you could say. If you guys scroll to that, like literally the table, just initial DNS record setup for somebody that just getting into the game, example. Or somebody really never have an idea how to do this kind of task in a world which, as we know, many millions of business people really have no clue. So because of that, a lot of people charge really high, intense pricing. Initial DNS record setup for a lot of people is kind of where lots of cost goes into it, because it does requires a little bit of human time to do them, to put different things in different boxes in order basically machine to work. But sometimes people slow. Takes 8 to 20 hours. $75 an hour typical charge is quite a lot of money for lots of businesses to cough out in the first place, to just get some initial, you could say, records in place. But with help of technologies that is being taken care of, you literally don't have to do that. And especially the way that we do stuff, all that gets done automatically. Simply you just click on follow on a Cloudflare on-screen instruction to add a domain to, which just sets up all this basically records for you, and then the missing records we add to make it everything basically, you could say, record worthy to exist in the internet, and that's what happens. So when looking into the just cost of really per developer labor hour wise, or you could say fees based on a task wise, as we know, it really varies depending on a different geolocation, different people, different prices, different networks, and of course falls down to ultimately who do you trust to pay them to deal this with kind of stuff for you. And is always a big question and big price to pay for, especially if you get into the wrong people and people hijack your business. Excuse me. Guys, I know this happens to many of my friends, including in the past happened to me myself. So this is not something that anyone says doesn't exist. It does. Some scrupulous people, they do hijack other people's businesses when they are either successful or they making out things that is not true. Hijack their businesses legally that you can't get even back, because, as you know, they are developers. So depending on what kind of really track record this developers has, according to that, the prices gets high. I mean, it's just like reality. The truth is, you're not going to hire as somebody that you don't know, let's say, proven to be as security person that deals with security of the house, or you could say your business. You're not going to hire basically alarm from vague company that doesn't track you if it's not linking to, for example, real police station. So that's the kind of stuff. When you look at really essence of pricing, pricing falls down to really one factor. The trust factor, obviously, many cases pushes prices down. When people find that trust is there, that prices become a, you could say, good exchange. Because really in our world of today, it falls down to really that one factor, which is really does manipulate, you could say, the price in the industry, well as also manipulates a little bit based the authentication protocols that Love Network put in place. So currently lots of shifts and big things are happening, guys, in the communication world of things, but rest be assured, the emails are not going anywhere out of the internet very time soon, and therefore we still got a lot of emailing to do, guys, and lots of servers set up, lots of domains to fire back up. So I hope you enjoy that kind of file, especially if you are totally new. When you try to do this stuff yourself, guys, and not one out of you could say probably 1 out of 10 will burn, because you're not gonna really find that you know that somebody you're just going to out of the gate trust to complete the infrastructure for you that you're gonna depend on. That's the fact, and it takes time, takes real world of evidence, track record, uh, based on a reality, not just like based on somebody put a profile up on Fiverr and says, "Well, I'm your DNS expert. Let me help you set up." And 5 minutes later, you get hijacked by that guy. So just be careful. Another area of the really this business is very cynical, guys. You all know. The fact is, we do have very rigorous, really good, you could say, interaction based of onboarding on the network, so everybody understands it's the business we're helping to grow. So it makes a really no-brainer to have a join someone that's been doing so long without nobody else complaining about them. As our world of today, uh, pointing a finger is the easiest thing, as we all know. But so far, almost 6 years, guys, and nobody's pointing a finger on us that we did something wrong in a network-wise, data-wise, safety-wise, uptime-wise, and as well as obviously joining each other every day, uh, dealing what we do on email side of things. And of course, if you're in a world of broadcasting, which is many of you are out there in the world, and you needed another new place that you could have safe broadcast to, be it for your commercial side or really personal side, that is a gateway there that you could rely on, that you could utilize absolutely with nothing asked in return, which is another element when you look at really the trust factor. And many people charge for the same thing we offer for absolutely free. Is about really is trust factor. Can you trust to use that application safely? And if you use it for a period of a year, 2 year, 3 years, does anything you could say uh, negative things happen in the network that you are kind of submitting to? But generally speaking, that is free gateway, guys. It's literally like portal to the internet, and we ourselves use it. Why not all of you use it? So that is should kind of give you ideas when it comes to really authentication recording stuff. So it's about really be able to have a line that is nobody's line, just yours. And of course, this is always difficult, guys, to achieve in the world. Really, it is, because nothing really depending on by itself, including ourselves. We still have to have some third-party dependencies out there, because no one is immune to that, and therefore always something can go wrong. It's just not yourself doing something wrong, but somebody else goes bust. Your business get affected essentially. In a world of all things, it's no different. I mean, even factory itself, you put it in a solid ground, guys. One machinery breaks, your line of production breaks. You can't deliver on that promise. Even everybody knows the factory exists, didn't burn down or something. So imagine if his factory burned down and what you do. This is really kind of, you could analyze it, and you could say put it side by side and look at it as a metaphor when it comes to really everything we call business, guys. And obviously all start with really good open mind, looking to things, looking data, finding better opportunities and utilize the opportunities and get seen first. Always have a better chance to make the sale, like they say, first bird guess the worm type analogy. There's no difference really online. So let's go ahead and send some more emails this evening, guys. System wise, a little bit update before we shut down. Absolutely ongoing, some good updates and upgrades happening behind the scene. but some new systems are getting released, and some of you already got your accounts, guys. Please, once more, jump in one of the rooms, talk to us, and also make your own self a room. Invite us if you want to be one-to-one with us, or really jump in one of the rooms that we can share other rooms with you, where you can find us in live conversation, and bring all your questions with you, all your problems with you, guys. See if we can solve majority of them without really kind of hanging you on a tight rope off the cliff. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the stream. Sorry we did not do that much cinematic grammatics background on the stream, guys. I do apologize, and I hope talk says what is meant to say. That being said, go ahead and come join us in a conversation, guys, once more in the public square. I'll be joining all of you there, and we will be sending some more emails. We will be sending absolutely tons of emails this evening as well, guys. I also have a little bit more update for you guys. Basically, when we're looking at a little bit research wise, what can we do and learn from other people that doing successfully, be it email design, be it email wording, be it email, you could name it, hooks and subject lines, matter what they use. And let's talk a little bit more about that in the public square. So before, as always, we're gonna shut down live streams. Always like to ask all of you, if you guys have a public open question that you desire to be answered on screen, we will go ahead and do that. As always, guys, before I shut down, I want to show you a little bit of the last email that I sent, and so it's been a while, maybe a couple of days, guys. As you know, it's still summer mode in here. So let me see if we can change the screen in here just a second. And then you guys, I don't mind answering your questions when it comes to this authentication side of stuff. Have you guys, since you've been joining No Limit emails, have you had any issues with this stuff? That's what we're talking about, and is this what we talk about really helping you and myself? So when it comes to the really in real life example of it, I can show that to you myself within a system that really cover all that stuff without extra cost. So my latest, first of all, if you're just new to the channel, just look at this as basically you could say springboard for yourself as a shortcut. But generally speaking, I just want you to notice something in here. Let me just kind of make it this bit bigger so you guys can see. What I want you to take a notice in here, literally one side is the number wise that each time I triggered. I'm not doing this to show this off, guys. I'm doing this to show you the ultimate ability. Is proven ability that you execute. It's not really hypothetical when you push trigger to send to 200,000 people without this especially authentication, everything else and not in place. You cannot really do this. So you can also see just few emails in here. 1, 2, 3, 4 emails, guys. And 4 emails you can see I sent over a million emails. But they're all still active campaigns, guys. They're not finished. But day to day, I'm getting more and more basically views on each campaign. As time progresses, these numbers keep growing. So from day one, as you can see, when I looked this yesterday, this was only about 35 or 40 people. But one thing is really interesting in here. Even numbers are very low. This is just normal random outreach. Within a basically just shout out type of thing, basically throw everything in the world, see what's going on. But in the end, what's really producing interesting, be it the numbers are small, which is that what we're really interested. It's not about huge number that we're sending that we are interested in, but really the numbers that small signal back. That's what we're really interested in. So you can see here really 58 unique clicks, guys, the sales page. From 58, 52 people actually went and browsed the page. So this is almost 100%. Like you could see based on a really, you could say click conversion versus basically click just didn't do anything. That's where we are interested in it. So even I'm doing huge numbers, but really this is what's matter. So I can now then tune really different messaging for these people. Hey, I can go even make more personalized second reach outreach to these people. Then obviously that open rate goes out to the roof, and that's what I personally seen in many other systems when we see it like members do it. And uh, when it comes to the authentication, without it really you can't execute 4 emails to send 1 million emails. But in our case, we know proven the ground, guys, you can actually send million email with one go, but you can see splitting that million email to 4 emails is pretty doable in here within 4 emails that you send million emails in here, guys. And not just that, as you can see, the consistency is the days before that and the numbers. So the numbers are all various, but really, for example, this one again, like 200,000 people. So if we look at this, again, 1 email essentially pays for really like monthly fee of this thing. And when you look this cost, especially for you could save costs for the developers for per hour to work on something really in the back end just on the server maintenance. So if we look, I was going to show you this one here, I think. Something like this maybe. Couple 100,000 again, like we're looking at anything above 100,000, guys. This one send 350,000, for example. Let's look at this one. I mean, 1 email sent 350,000 people. Without good authentication, guys, you're not going to make this happen. But from 300,000 people, let's say we got 1,000 people. And that's really where it's nitty gritty the business starts. So doing second round of this thing, going all the way, basically researching on this individually one by one, then crafting email individually by one, and of course that way you're going to see insane return on basically this specific lead. Again, when you look really unique click versus people that visited page, from 657 people, 580 people, guys. That's insane. That's what you're really looking at. It's not just large number that you can send and trigger, but really the values in the end is this small, minute part. So if we treat this small, minute part after the first initiation, the game changes your favor. So then that becomes a different ball game because then you could really scale up, amazingly. Really, doesn't matter what niche you are in. So to proof is in the pudding. That's what they say, guys. And numbers are the proofs, and execution is our all proof based on a really realistic thing. What's going on? What happens? But I know, guys, I'm doing random stuff. I know lots of you not doing random stuff. Lots of you absolutely crushing with numbers, especially when you just focusing few days doing that follow-ups and second follow-ups, third follow-ups. The open rates, interaction rates goes kind of insane. I've seen average really 25 to 30%, guys, on a direct cold reach. On some other systems on a very very small lists like 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. That's what is possible. Anyways, come in, join us in one of this public square room which is open. Let's enjoy a little bit more conversation over there. We can discuss a little bit further. If you have any more questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them, guys, for you over there. And I will be making another email, send another email, by the way. And good to see you, Chris. Good to see you, Doug. Good to see you, Barbara, and many of new people watching us. I do appreciate you guys. Please do hit that subscribe button if you like what we are doing in here, because is important for YouTube. It's not us, guys. You are just voting us up on YouTube. If that's something that freely you can do, especially the content that we're sharing based on real things that we do in day-to-day basis, and nobody else showed you this kind of stuff. We are the only ones. Really, all curtains are basically lifted, guys. What's in the back end, what's the front end, what you put in, what you put out, what you get out, is all here in front of us, all of us to share and obviously see it, and so we can improve and grow. And as you all know, this specific website has been a case study for all of us to see actually just random cold outreach what does happen. And this is basically my goal to continue to do that. And this has been almost 6 years ongoing live email, call out email, basically non-stop as we see it, basically my own dashboard, guys. So come join us in conversation, ask us anything that really bothers you when it comes to the email outreach, be it your own email outreach. If it doesn't work, guys, as you can see, well, we have the machine that does work. uh, so guests come in and ask us anything you need to ask. uh, all right, guys, good stuff. Barbara says thank you so much, all of you being here. As always, I appreciate you all. So let's meet each other up in the public square room, and I will be joining you just a moment. And that room is obviously pinned in the chat, guys. Come join us over that side, and we will have a more in-depth family setting of a conversation over there. Thank you so much. I'll see you over there in just a moment, guys.